Okay, so again, welcome. So I'm just, as I say, explain what we are doing, okay? And you still love them. I'm happy you're the first one, right? And you already found your places?
Yeah.
Okay. So we registered a party last year. And you just told me you know some political parties, right? So, but our party is called Touch Love Worldwide. And it's about putting love in the center of politics, making love govern us. And what's important about that is that children are very important to the party. So someone said, this is a party for children. In a way it is, because we think that when these parties are doing their things, we don't hear children that much. And we think that children are so intelligent that it's important to hear what they are going to say. So that's what we are trying to do today, trying to get your views about what you are doing, trying to hear what you're doing, how you think the world should be run to make it a better place. So that's why your presence is so important. Okay? And where you found your name is a story. You might not have time to read it, but you take it home and read it. So that's what it is. Do you have anything to ask me now before I say more? Okay. So I'll show you. Come round and I'll show you the different exhibits. So what we are kind of trying to do today is just see what we use. So you've seen your name. It says Love Bearer. Do you know why it says Love Bearer?
No.
Okay. What does Love Bearer mean? What do you think Love Bearer means? If I'm bearing something. Yeah, exactly. If you're bearing something, you're carrying something, right? So if I'm carrying a plate of food, I'm bearing it, okay? And the thing that's something that is so important about this party, it thinks that everybody is special. So everybody brings something important. So we're all shapes, different. If I tell you to draw a shape of love, what would you normally draw?
A heart.
You draw a heart, won't you? But a heart is not just the only shape of love. You are a shape of love. Do you know that? Your shape is actually a shape of love. And that's because you're special, you're filled with love, and love is an energy. You know, like electricity is an energy. So that's how love is an energy. And it creates different shapes. So it's created your shape. So you're a different shape of love. What you can do, no one else, there's something special about you that I can never do. You can never do it. Right? And something special about your sister that I can do, you can do. So that's why it's important to listen to everybody, even when people are not making sense, even when people are being very annoying. It's actually important to listen because you might learn something because everybody is important and special. So that's what this mask is trying to tell us. And you'll be wondering, have you been to a cemetery before? So how did you feel when Dad said we're going to the cemetery?
I didn't know what a cemetery was, but when he said what a cemetery was, I don't like why we go to the cemetery.
Oh, so you didn't even know what a cemetery is until he explained it. Okay, when did he explain it? When you got there or in the train?
When we were walking down from the train station.
Yeah. So why didn't you like it? Why don't you like cemetery?
It reminds you of like people's sad times when people die, or like old relatives.
Yeah, it makes you think of people.
Yeah.
But why is it sad to think of those old relatives that passed? Why is it sad?
Because it brings back all the happiness memories you've had with them and you know it's sad because they passed.
That's so good. You see, do you see the importance of what you said? It reminds you of people that have passed. I'll just make sure that what you're saying. Yeah, it's still on. It's still on. Yeah. So what you're saying is so important, and it reminds you of the happy memories of people that have passed. It reminds you of people that have gone that you miss, but it's the love that is bringing up. So in a way, it's quite a good place. And because we live here and we don't have many public parks that are just within walking distance, this becomes a park. So if you're looking through the window, you see people sitting around and walking, running through the cemetery. And another important thing about this cemetery is this lady. Her name is Emily Pankhurst. Have you studied her in school? Okay. Emily Pankhurst was the woman that tried to get women to vote in the UK. They put her in prison, they forced her to eat because she refused to eat. So she stopped eating when she was in the cemetery. She even, because of the movement, so she started this huge movement of, women, we need women to vote. Right?
Suffrage.
Yes, we need women to vote.
So she went on hunger strike.
That is where she's buried. So you see, the cemetery, because we have been brought up to fear it, is a place of stories. If you think of it as a place of stories, so we come here and I go around and I look at the graves and you learn a lot about love, about people that are loved, that are put there, and so it's not a place that should scare us, but because now we are growing up, we see all these movies with skulls and everything, we are afraid, isn't it? But it's really a place of history. So one time I was coming through and I saw a lady there and she was polishing her grave. After when we finish, I'll take you to her grave. She's just there. You can see it from here. And she was polishing and putting flowers.
On a grave?
On Pankhurst's grave. So I said, "Oh, are you related?" She said, "She's a woman and I'm a woman." And what she did to make women get a vote. So it becomes a connecting point. So we are using here because when we started looking for a space to use, they happily gave us this space. But it's so important that we are using here because we are coming to a place that makes you stop to think. You actually think about life. And life is love. It's different colors, it's different shapes, right? So that's that exhibit saying that we are all very different. And another thing that the party uses is blank, because you cannot always write your story on a blank page. And we also use love letters. You say, why love letters? Because when you open a love letter, you don't know what it's going to tell you, do you? But you're hoping it's going to tell you something lovely. So we send someone else is coming. I don't know if you met my class. So we use love letters. So if you want to send an important message, we send it through love letters. So we say we want change. Hello, Danny.
Yeah.
You'll be happy to know that you're not the only one running late.
They can't see my face.
I'm especially happy that you're meeting
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Ayo. Have you met Ayo before?
No.
Ayo is the closest brother I have here. We quarrel all the time, we fight all the time. He protects me.
Fighting is not a bad thing.
We stopped fighting. And these are my children, that are my daughters.
Fantastic.
Danny, I'm surprised you don't know Danny because it's through Danny you and I met.
Oh, okay.
I will know your cue.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Law.
Danny of 70 to 72 Chancery Chamber, the black.
Oh, you started your
Yeah.
back
So that's why I didn't want to say. I met that first family case. I don't want to mention the name because the video is on, that was passed to me in 1999. I and I were,
Yeah, 3 or 5 children.
for 4 children.
Yeah,
I see him, just mention the name because that is on. I've seen him in the immigration court and he was full of happiness, was trying to bring his wife here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's Danny.
Nice to meet you.
So introduce yourself to Danny.
My name is Oye. My name is Tammy.
Yeah, and
Very-
those are their names on the table.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
Very,
you.
very clever children. They've been getting awards.
We
and
need more of them.
Exactly. I was just explaining to them that part of this movement is that some of us we are disadvantaged because we didn't have a round the table, 7 o'clock dinner, everybody sits down and eats dinner, and after dinner we start talking politics. And if your father is a carpenter, you can pick up carpentry trade
Skill.
by just if your father is a politician, you pick that up. But the thing with politics is that it's something that affects all of us. So we need to pick it up even before we are born. When our mothers are going for antenatal clinic, we need to learn that. But the thing is that a number of us didn't have the advantage of learning it as early as possible, so we don't know the importance of it. I've printed out something about Emily. Emily is from a family, an activist in the family is a political family. So she got into that, she married.
No, I'm okay.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
thank
fine.
you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she married a lawyer and the movement. But we want people that are not from those kind of families, that we can, everybody, because politics affects all of us. So that's why I'm especially happy that you are here, because as I said, a child said to me, this is a party for children, is it a political party? It should be, because we are looking, today's not just for the adults too.
Yeah.
Today, the main thing we are doing today is we're looking for party officers. And this one officer is what we will look until we find that, then we look for another officer, because it's a movement that grows quiet, organically. It's nothing, it doesn't just sort of, it's not a wildfire. It's looking for the right, it's looking for the right people. So, so the part, and it's interesting because pregnancy, you know pregnancy. People say, oh, don't talk to children about pregnancy. But we were all pregnancy. We were all in somebody's.
A result of.
Exactly. I was going to say, before you go, come and take a look. No. I was saying to say, come look before you go. Yeah. So this officer we are looking for is called the pregnancy and placenta officers, PAPO. And why is it important? We want someone to go to school to tell people how we are all connected by having been pregnancy, and how we all came to the world with what is called afterbirth. They said, don't your children, the children can take this because it's biology is everything. So we are all connected by the land, because all of us came to the world carrying our own land, which is what I call the afterbirth. So today I'm showing the exhibit, okay, and the symbols, and then we call ourselves love bearers, because that's what unites everybody. We look only to what is uniting us, like the air. Okay, so I've talked too much. I'm going to stop so that you can do some activities. All right, is that good? You got some information. If you have questions, you can ask me. Do you have any question for now? Okay, you sit down and I'll get your activities to do. Yes, Danny. That's what we are doing. So I'm getting people to sign up. I'm getting people to put their opinions. I'll get people to. Yeah, that's fine. So you might. This is the story I wrote, and it's about 3 seeds. So the activities you might want to do is, I can get you some paper. You can draw You can read the first and you can draw something that comes to your mind, and you can also write a love letter based on what I told you, telling this is this is what we want to happen in politics or something. So those you can do. So you can either do a love letter, you take with that. Sorry.
So tell me,
Hello,
go and take a piece of paper.
I'm here.
When you take a piece of paper.
Oh, so go opposite the cafe, you see the meeting room.
Take a felt.
Can you see it? Okay. So you just come straight in.
Danny can't be standing anywhere to it.
Danny,
No, I'm okay.
I actually made it for us to stand because
Yeah, I'm too old to stand now.
it's not talking about old. Anytime you start talking about old.
I'm old now.
Anytime you start talking about old, that's
Okay. You're as old as you feel.
is that too?
Yeah.
It's too. Let me get you.
Harriet, I found this video came to my attention today.
Okay.
It's quite interesting actually.
Think about the environment, what good can be done for society.
And then we can video.
Remember you
it.
wrote to the Queen?
Exactly.
Yeah, what did you write about? Come on, tell Auntie.
Tell me.
What I think is happening in the world.
You wanted
Like what we want.
Yeah, but remember what happened in the house and what the dogs were? You sent a letter to Buckingham Palace, remember? I posted it.
Yeah.
I thought she's hello. I think she's something.
Dawn.
Hello.
Who?
Oh yeah. And
So, any changes that you want to happen in the world? Plastic,
Yeah.
too much plastic in the world, being thrown around. What changes you want in the world? If human beings can't poo on the road, remember you wrote that? Tell Auntie what you wrote.
about like because too much dog food was like going on the road, and then I was writing to the Queen that if like humans shouldn't do it, then that should dogs, and they should control their dogs to be and like maybe make an environment where dogs can have their own place and not doing it.
You come out of your house and you're treading on dog.
Oh, it's terrible. Dog pull, chewing gum, cigarette butts.
Yeah. So how are you going to improve the world? Think like how you did there.
Did you get a letter back from
No response yet.
No response. Oh, was it recent? Hi.
Ages ago.
Ages ago. Hi. I think your seat is over there. That's Roya. Over there. You got Danny. Ayo. The video. Yes, how do we screen it?
I don't know. I can watch it in here.
Are you here?
I can do it.
So what are they meant to do?
Roy will give a speech in a few minutes. We prepare some other questions. How many minutes?
I'll stand over that and hold it.
Okay. Danny wants us to listen to this, and then
this movie, I remember this growing up. I was watching with my kids just last night, and I noticed there are a couple of American Indians, but you don't see any African Americans in this. They're slaves. They will show people as slaves, but that's it. Now, I want to show you a painting of the Battle of Bunker Hill. That doesn't look like he's a hero. The very looks like he's cowering. I was he's the hero of the battle. And he saves scores of
Maybe we just
American
do
lives.
that at the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anyone else?
Thank you for that. Ryan, have you met? Oh, you introduced yourself before. Yeah. Yes. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm 9 years old.
Okay. And how old are you?
11.
Okay, you?
7.
Okay, that's a good. It's like we planned it.
2 years.
Yeah. What I did before you came is that I took Oyi and Temi round the table to show the different symbols we use. We use love letters. So if you want to write what you want to happen in government, you send it as a love letter. If you want to tell you what we're going to be doing, we say it. It's a love letter. So you pick up a love letter and you can read what you prefer to, you can just choose anyone, or you can write one. So Temi and Oyin are about to do their own activities, either write a love letter or decorate their stories. I'll wait, and after that, I'll film them, what they produce. Oyin and Temi, Roy has been working with me because I was looking for children to help me do a video, and I saw him dressed up, and I invited him, and he was so happy to be part of this. So he's been part of the movement. So today he's meant to give us a speech. He's the child that asked whether this is a party for children, and he's the one that said we should really have a president that the children elected. We'll still have the adult president, but we should also have the children president. I think these are very important ideas because, as I say, I think children are super intelligent. We don't listen to children enough, and this party wants to listen to children to see how they want us to run. And I think the idea of having a president voted for children to work alongside the president voted by over 18 is a marvelous idea. So, so I created this event I'm doing with him, which is Royland's Journeys, where I ask him questions, and then he comes up with answers. And then this will be our second one. We've done the first one. I don't know that we'll have time to show the video, but because I want to do your videos too, both of you, to do the videos of what you create. Okay, so that's what we are doing. So, Roy, do you want to do a little bit of an activity before you do your speech, or do you want to do it now? Because Temi and Oyin are doing their activity now. What would you like to do? You want to give your speech now? Okay.
Do you want to do prompt questions, right?
Yeah. Do you want to give us a little bit of idea, then I can ask you questions on that? Or do you want me to start with questions?
No.
So, who has a question for Roy? Roy, so, you said that tomorrow, I'll start with a proverb from where I come from. It says, HED email, tomorrow is pregnant. Roy, what do you understand by that?
That tomorrow, it's not like it's like physically pregnant. It's that it has more stuff to give you the next day.
Okay. And tell me, what do you think that means?
I think it means that basically.
Yeah.
Continue.
Basically, that
Yeah.
I think
What the question is, tomorrow is pregnant. What I'm going to ask three of you what it means. I'm starting with Roland, okay? Roland, so can you tell me what tomorrow is pregnant means
To you.
to you? How you understand
it
it?
means that that the next day has more stuff to give you than the day before.
Okay. And what does it mean to you?
Ten.
Tell me.
I think it means that maybe tomorrow is a special day because like there's always another day like the day tomorrow is another day for new things to happen.
Okay. And Oyin, what does it mean to you?
I think it means that the next day that good things will happen and more things there are for you to do.
Okay. That's very good, all of you. The reason why I started with that question is that our party talks about pregnancy a lot. And when we talk about pregnancy, people think it's a physical pregnancy. But the mind is full of things that are not known to other people. True? Until you say it. And I also asked it because Roy said that he has ideas about how the world should be run to make the world a better place. So what is the idea? What do you think the government should do? Or if you're to be in government, what should you do to make our world better?
To stop polluting areas such as parks and roads and being more eco-friendly.
Very good. That's amazing. But why is that important? Why is it important to stop polluting places?
Because if you don't stop, then it can start to be dangerous and there wouldn't be that much air to breathe and animals could die, humans could die as well, and it would be
But it's so interesting because Temi recently wrote a letter to the Queen asking the Queen to make sure that to see what she can do to stop people having their dogs poo everywhere and people just step on that. So do you have something else to say with respect to how, if you're to be in government, if Daddy is to now become the Prime Minister, what are you going to tell Daddy to do to make the world a better place?
To make private areas for anything to happen, not necessarily dogs doing their business everywhere, but like maybe for like chewing gum or private areas for things to happen so that people aren't being disturbed when they walk out of their house.
That's good. So to have a communal private place that people who can do their business really. That's very good. Oyin, do you have something to add to that? Nothing for now. Okay. What do you think about the chewing gum that people throw on the streets and walking out and seeing rubbish everywhere? What do you think about this?
That when they don't want any innovation on the road, we should be careful and actually keep it by respiration.
Fantastic. So this is we have this concern that people are not living responsibly because they just throw things where they shouldn't throw things. So how does that tie in with what I said about tomorrow is pregnant? You're going to be growing, you're not going to be how you are tomorrow, next year. So we don't know how you are going to become next year. But when you become the president, so tomorrow is pregnant, so you might be the president, as I say. Pankhurst, when she was eating with her parents and talking about politics, she didn't know she was going to be the one trying to get votes for women. One of you here, all of you here, you do not know what you're capable of because your bundle of energy and bundle of intelligence, you can really do what other people that we are now looking up did. You can do better than them. So tomorrow is pregnant. What will you do if you have the opportunity? Assuming we now say we want a president for children and we want that president to be an under 18, voted by under 18, and you're the president. You told me about the litter. What else would you do?
What about if they're already, maybe a question, do they know what they want to do?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
What would they like to be?
Yeah.
Do they already
You
know?
heard the question? Do you know what you like to be?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me then? A neuroscientist.
Because discovering things that not many people have discovered before is very important, because then you leave like a legacy and people will look up to you in the future like they did for like Emily Hampton.
That is incredible, because we look at governance in a narrow way, that is people in government. They're not the most important people. What it said is so important, isn't it? The people that make a difference are not really those people we always read about.
Politicians.
Yes, they're not. So that is incredible. And that's another way of changing and making the world a better place. Royal, do you have something to say about what you want to be and how that will change the world, please?
I want to be a manga illustrator when I grow up, so people can read more manga instead of it fading away in the next 20 years.
Wonderful. And how is that going to make the international world better? How do you think that will impact the world?
It will encourage more people to read instead of just faffing about and just reading.
That's very good. I like the language fapping about. You're right.
Social media.
You're on social media. That's
Social media is not a bad thing to be honest.
it's not the way of talking about.
I think you're wasting time.
Yeah.
Amazing.
To show other countries that not just Japan where they make manga, other places like where they can, like the whole world can, well, some people can read it, but some people can't. And yeah,
That's good. That's good. I know you have something to say.
I want to be a doctor
Amazing.
and help the world and people, so other people in their family understand and they can live.
Amazing. Well, I don't think people don't have more questions to ask. Dad asked about what you want to be.
What kind of doctor would you like to be? Medical doctor or nature doctor?
And
But it's important to combine both, because these days medical doctors necessarily know anything about the nature of the part of it. Yeah.
So the herbs that we have power, right? The food that we eat is powerful. So that's what Danny is saying, that when you get to study, maybe you'll be one of the people that make it known that food, herbs are powerful, and so we look at all medicine.
Organic.
Yeah.
Instead of conventional.
Yeah, so we look at everything, we try to prevent, combine both, and when you're studying, you're going to be exposed to this. It's just amazing that you have this vision, and when you put your mind to things, it happens. Did you read your story, Ryan? Have you read it? The one I gave you the last time?
A bit,
A little bit?
yeah.
Okay, so we'll come back to that. Mom, do you have a question for anyone?
I was like to know how they think that we can, how do you feel that as children we can be a part of a way that we can actually change the world? How do you think we can change the world?
children,
As in
people.
children.
I think that we should
How children
Our
will change.
children can change the world.
we should stand up for ourselves and for people to make a change with what they're doing and tell people that what they're doing is bad.
And don't be afraid. Step forward with confidence. Yeah.
All right, do you have answers to that?
How do you think that you can change the world as children? What can you do to tell adults what they can be doing to change the world?
What is it that adults are doing wrong
Yeah,
that children can point out?
Gracefulness.
Yeah? Say, adults, you're driving too fast. Adults, you're throwing litter on the road. You're smoking and polluting the air. What do you think that you can tell adults that adults are doing wrong?
Adults aren't, but technically not listening to children. Like they think that children are wrong, but some children are actually right.
Absolutely.
Children have a point to make. We should listen to them, yeah?
we think children see things in a different light because they're more pure and they haven't been exposed to too much, so they can see things.
Contaminated, corrupted.
Yeah, in the pureness. That helps you see things that we don't.
Mm-hmm. They're not biased. They've not been brainwashed.
Yeah.
I think what you guys should be striving towards is to get yourself in a position where you can convince them that what they're doing is completely wrong.
I think another thing is children at their age, or even a bit younger, your little sister, she mixes with everybody. She doesn't see color. She doesn't see brown and white. Gradually, their parents' beliefs, culture, and everything starts to be imbibed in the children. And then you see as they grow up, they start to segregate and they see what they weren't seeing before. They weren't seeing color before. They weren't seeing that they were black, white, or whatever, tall, fat. And the social media, Beyonce, and all these things, they all take effect and have an impact on their being.
To be honest, I believe social media is the best thing that ever happened to us, because before social media, the powers that be, they censored everything that we as John public saw and brainwashed into it. So now I think there's a bit more independence of our thinking and not necessarily what they think that we should know. Because if you look at the general TV or whatever, most by the time that information gets to us, it's censored several times over. So basically, they are just guiding us how they want us to be guided. You see. So it's important that we don't get it twisted that social media is necessarily a
I
bad
don't
thing.
think we are saying social media is a bad thing. I think anything is bad. It depends on how it's used. I think social media is great in the fact that for research or for finding out the correct information, but you've also got to be very careful, especially with children on social media, and that the fact they are exposed to too much and they can get the wrong information and they can, if they're not watched correctly or monitored on what they look at on social media, that can also be a bad thing and very dangerous.
How do we make the distinction what is bad to them and what is education to them? Because you need to know the bad and the good, so you can make a distinction.
It can be things that are not for their age and not appropriate.
Well, how do you then say?
Sorry, do you have?
Yeah, she hasn't said it.
I haven't said something about
What adults?
what you
to
want. Just
apart from dog.
Well, I think that children, sometimes they keep a lot of things to themselves because like maybe they're worried that their ideas might come out in the wrong way and they don't really want to like share it, and like they're not, because adults are more trained and experienced to say like the right thing because like they were born before us and they like were born in this world. So maybe children might be a bit scared that their ideas might come out in the wrong way, and then scared about what might happen next if they say what they want to say. It's like more freedom for the children to be able to say what they want to say and like not being taken in the wrong way.
I agree entirely with you, girl.
To express themselves.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, confidence. Yeah? We need to instill confidence in you young people, right? So you're not afraid of coming out and saying what's on your mind. That's what's bugging a lot of our young people at the moment because they're afraid of what the others might do, or the others might react to what you might say or do. So,
That's amazing.
all I can implore to you guys is to, whatever you're doing, do it with confidence.
And how do you think I was going to, how do you think we can go about that? But I could tell you, as they say, what I prepared earlier. What I encourage people to do within the movement is to set up a little corner I call the Museum of Mistakes, and to celebrate mistakes. So not to be afraid. If you start seeing mistakes as beautiful things, you won't be really that afraid to make them, because every great invention, any beautiful thing you're seeing today, before it got there were so many mistakes. And we don't give mistakes the power that we should. Mistakes are beautiful. So if you get, so in my home, if you come to my home, if you come to my home, there's a little corner I call the Museum of Love Letters and the Museum of Mistakes. And if there's any important, I write it there. So I celebrate mistakes. Again, it's the same thing that I said earlier, that we have to melt boundaries, not see, you think of cemetery. I think I explained that before you came, Roy. And people think of cemetery as a place that they don't come. Tammy and Oyin told me that when they heard they were coming here, they had mixed feelings because it reminded them of the people they love that passed away. But that's not a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing. But we are growing up and we're learning these things that have been put in our brains. And you get to an age when you start to unlearn them, to start to think of people. So that's important, to speak to someone that can listen to you. And if it becomes difficult, what do? You write a love letter. So what I call a love letter is what you're saying. If sometimes adults won't let you talk because they think they know. So you can pen your love letter and write everything on your mind in your love letter, and either give it to the adult or keep it somewhere until you think it's a time to give it. Okay? So that's a good way of using love letter. So if you label it love letter and you put it under the pillow of dad or mom, they're going to come and they open it. Remember, we are working on the idea of pregnancy. The mind is pregnant. It's full of energy. It's what you deliver from your mind that creates a good or a bad atmosphere. So, that's, I think, should we stop the question for them to rest? And do you want to rest, or are you still ready to take questions? Or do you have questions for us? You can see all the items on the table. Is that something you want me to explain?
Yeah. I have a question for
Okay, go on.
them.
Right, ask you.
Yeah.
Are you still ready to answer questions?
Yeah, let me ask.
Okay.
The governor in the middle.
Brian.
The theme seems to be love. What do we understand love means? Roy, the question to you. Love. What is this love that we're talking about? What kind of love is it?
Kind of respect.
In one word, respect, right?
else.
Timmy?
Elaborate on that.
Do you want to talk more about that?
Maybe they can
Okay.
write
Timmy?
love and break it down. So love is respect. Yeah, Timmy, yours?
Is coming together and coming together and being kind to each other and treating like a whole big family. Yeah.
So this is love because we come together and we are like a family and we are discussing problems and solutions. Okay. Ready?
Me is when somebody cares for you and somebody can trust you and somebody shows kindness.
Amazing.
So kindness, trust, and care.
You want to say more, right? Adults, do you have something to add? This is a big question.
I think love is empathy.
Oops.
You
So this is
put yourself in other people.
anymore.
You put yourself in other people's position. And it used to be something our parents used to say to us: "Don't do unto others what you don't want done to you." So if you punch somebody, would you like somebody to punch you? So put yourself in other people's position. What you do to others, make sure it's something you would like done to you. So empathy is pretty important. And if the world practiced empathy, we wouldn't be bombing Yemen because we wouldn't. I'm sure Saudi Arabia wouldn't like what's happening in Yemen being done to them. And the tone and comments coming out from Trump. If the shoe was on the other foot, would he like to be treated the way he's treating a certain segment of society? So empathy to me, love is essentially a lot of putting yourself in another person's shoe and saying to yourself, would I like to be treated in that way or manner?
I agree with that. I don't say, what parents taught us about treating other people the way they want us. I kind of look at that differently now, because some people really are horrible to themselves. Some people are really, they don't treat themselves at all. They don't love themselves, they are hurting themselves, they are bearing, as I said, the mind is very important. You don't want scorpions and snakes, things that are poisonous, to fill your mind and your big, because when they fill your mind, you're very bitter, you're not beaming with smile. A lot of people are putting into themselves a lot of poison, a lot of deadly poisonous snakes. They bear this. That's why we use love bearer. They bear this in mind, and you see them. So I try not to say, don't treat me the way you treat yourself. I say to people, just treat me in the way that lifts my spirit, that would make me create more beauty as I go on. Because I don't want those people that are hurting themselves to hurt me, because they don't see it as anything. They'll just, they'll just hurt me, because to them that is nothing. And these wars that have been really all over the world is because of things that we learnt a long time ago, and we are passing to different generations. So we have all these boundaries. We have religions. This religion doesn't like this religion. These people don't like it. And we are passing on, and it's all very right in our eyes. So that's why we try to use love, and the movement's definition of love in 3 words is love is energy. It's like electricity. It sparks everything. If you see it as energy, is that energy that creates beauty? Is that another energy that makes you smile back, make eye contact and smile? Is that energy that makes you creative and you create things that don't hurt people? So that is my definition of love.
I think love to me is a 4-letter word, as in it's just a word. But there's, like he was saying, I can see where he
Yeah.
I forgot your name.
I
Was saying about the fact of don't like what you've done to others, what you like done to yourself. And I can understand the fact of what you're saying is about some people are, you know, they could be really, they hurt themselves. But there's also a saying of, if you can't help yourself first, then how can you help anybody else? So it kind of comes the same way as what he's saying and you're saying, in the fact that we need to work on ourselves first. A lot of people are so busy looking out at what other people are doing, and even trying to help everybody all the time, that they're not actually looking at themselves. And I think it starts with ourselves. We need to work on ourselves first, and then we need to be working with everybody else. Because if I'm twisted and bitter, and yet I'm still out there helping other victims that I think I'm helping, in the long run I'm just going to, you know, drain myself, all my energies, like you said about energy, and you're not really going to be able to project such a beautiful energy anyway, because really deep down you're very unhappy. And I think it's about creating happiness as well within ourselves, and if we're happy within ourselves, like you said, that reflects out there. Because there's a lot of people that pretend they're happy, like you said, they walk around, they smile, and they, you know, put on a fake presenter to everybody out there, but deep down they're very unhappy people. And that doesn't matter how you kind of fake out, you put that fake impression to people out there in the world. The deep inner, the true self about yourself, the energy of that really comes out, and it always comes out in the end. So I think it's about, like the children, like we said, they're pure. They start, like you were saying, as babies. They don't understand the difference between black, white, you know, backgrounds, money. But as they get older, by being, you know, influenced in their environment, they see different, you know, whether it's because they don't have, they want, whatever, they grow, And then as they get older, they get, not more, you know, people get more destroyed. So if there was, and they're younger, if we created probably more time on children working on themselves, as they're growing within themselves, they would automatically probably make the world a better place, because they're usually forgotten by then, you know, everyone forgets and they're forcing them, go to school, do this, do that, the system is this way, everything's that way. They're programmed, but they don't work, they're not programmed in schools to work on themselves. No one works on their minds, their health, their heart.
Well, that's what this is what we are doing, because sometimes we're waiting for the schools to do it. We start doing it. Yeah. Danny, do you have something to add to that?
I'm sorry. I'm a bit controversial. I think it's
be controversial. That's the whole point. That's why I said I want to say exactly.
I think it's just a made-up word. Yeah, it's just something somebody's sat around and made up, because I mean, how am I see of you might see differently, they might see differently. So it's just made up, and I think it's an entity, it's a feeling, and how you feel towards yourself or other person. Like you said, you know, it's how you feel towards somebody else and yourself. And I think it's all an entity.
I agree. It's a made up word, like every word. Every word is a made up word.
Yeah, so what we might take and run with, because somebody just said it and we regurgitated it from what somebody else before said. If you go back to the origin, then you might find something different.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, it's all made up. So it's how we turn things into practical things, you know, and not just say love for the sake of it, but look at the entity itself and work it that way. That's my.
Because love can hurt, remember, as well.
Yeah.
So that becomes controversial.
Yeah, it's like controversial. Love is hurt. There's always good and bad. There's always the good and bad. If you live in a false world, you're going to think everything's good, but the reality is love can hurt as much as you can get that nice feeling, and that's all part of it. Because like you said, if you don't learn by your mistakes, you don't feel the hurt, you don't feel pain, you can't love.
I just have one more question, then I'll perform the story for you, so at least you can relax.
One thing that's come out of this, you and I have different interpretation of love, and he's controversial and you're in between.
Yeah.
It begs the question how the kids are meant to interpret
Yeah.
when the adults themselves are not in agreement.
But that's the thing that the adults know more than the kids. That's the thing, the adults don't know more than the kids. We are not, what do we know? We're all on a journey.
They're
This is a journey.
Everybody's new.
Nobody knows better than anyone else.
No, I mean, I remember my daughter, the oldest one, saying to me, after she graduated, done everything that we asked of her. Now it was to go in life and choose the right partner and ask me, how does she go about it? I said, you can't ask me. That's one of the hardest things. And if you get it wrong, you can ruin your whole career. Everything you study in university, it will affect you.
Exactly.
That's true.
So we don't even have answers to that.
You have that.
You can't read the mind.
We sometimes kind of pretend to people.
We can try and guide you.
To say we know. And we can make mistakes guiding you.
Exactly.
When we don't know. So one more question. What do you think about having this gathering in this space? Be it that it says Brompton. How did you feel about cemetery? What did it Roland? How do you see, what do you understand by cemetery? When you were told you're coming to the cemetery, how did it make you feel?
My kids didn't know.
First, I didn't know, but then when I came here, I saw like graves, and there was a lot of animals next to the graves, and yeah.
Have you been here before? Okay, this is quite a lovely. My son grew up in this cemetery, and I used to take him when he was kind of from 6 months old, when he could walk, and we walk around the cemetery, and we read, we learn, we read the writings on the grave, and we created plays. We went down the stairs and we did plays with the steps. You might not have time to do, but there are steps, and we created plays there. And then when he wanted to learn skiing, I brought him here and we used the slopes to learn to use the escape. So he doesn't know the difference between this space and that space. As here has been a place of storytelling. And I haven't realized my culture has a problem with I think a friend of mine is not coming because it's cemetery. But it's because we have this idea of, there is a place that you shouldn't go, there are things that are, but it's all spaces. So I know there is controversy about what love is, but what I call love is something that dissolves boundaries and makes you work on yourself to be the best you can be, right? So you didn't know you already told me what you felt.
First time in the cemetery.
The very first time in cemetery. Yeah. I mean, so what memory will you, when you think of cemetery, what will you make you, having come and have this conversation, what will you be thinking of when you think of cemetery? Yes?
I'm thinking of when I was child.
Did you
It's not dead yet.
Granddad.
Oh, granddad. Oh. I thought you said when my grandma died.
He died when I was born.
Okay. So you didn't get to play with him. Yeah. Okay. But is that a good? Do you have a good feeling about your granddad? Okay. So if it makes you remember that good feeling, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing. Okay. Anyone else want to say?
Yeah, you can be sad and emotional.
So sad is a good thing. Sad is not bad because we cannot treat. Yes, go on. Yeah. Who raised? Tell me after you then.
It reminds you of the happy times you had with your relatives. Like, if you meet someone, then you can just think about those happy times, because being there wasn't always like, when after it's been a long time and then you remember, like, being happy about the times that you did spend with the relatives that passed away. Also good to think about, then you still be happy.
It's a good time.
It's a good time. Roy was raising your hand. Oh my my God. The question is how being in the cemetery for the
Oh.
yes.
It reminds me of my friend who passed away in 2017.
Which friend? Which friend is it? Is it from what? How did?
From school.
Okay. And what are you remembering about your friend? What image are you seeing now? You're thinking of the friend. What are you thinking of?
That he passed away, but not like in a bad way.
Okay.
So it's gone. What, are you feeling sad, or are you feeling you're bringing back memories, good memories, bad memories,
Thinking
sad
of the
memories?
playground? Are you? How
Like
are
you
you?
used to be together?
What were you doing with him? What was your favorite game with him, or how do you remember him that makes you happy?
At school, me and him used to play in the playground together.
See, so you see, the thing is that your friend, because he left good memories. So when you remember those good memories,
And that's where your friends eventually end up in the cemetery. So that's why I brought it back to you.
yeah.
But when I say it can be sad as well,
Yeah.
because it's not always all good and
No.
pleasant.
No.
Sometimes the way people pass
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
But more importantly for me, one of your friends that we should have been going swimming with today lost her dad, and now you see her every day in school, and you think she's without her father at such a young age.
Because other political parties, when they have their convention, they have it in big hotels and big spaces and all that, and they have celebrities playing music and all that. That's good, but I think that having this kind of conversation, which is intimate, which we are kind of sitting and reflecting and thinking of friends, is also very important. And if the venue itself is telling us this and we're surrounded by these people, then I think it's not a bad thing. Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to learn to express and think of it. You know, sometimes people, when it's they think of it as a bad thing. They try and suppress people because no one really wants to talk about it. So, for instance, with his friend who was, and the whole family was actually killed in the fire. Most people don't want to hear, so you mention it and everyone runs away because they think, oh my God, that's good. But sometimes it's good to express it and to get it out.
And they leave, but by you saying it, they're leaving.
Yeah. And to know that your friends, he had, the little time he was on this earth, he had good times. You know, unfortunately he's been taken, but he might be in a better place for a reason. That's
On that point as well, I mean, they used to say the cemetery is one of the most important places or filled with ideas and talent that never had the opportunity to come to life. Yes. So you look at that, and then again, that's why I say it could be a sad situation where somebody's got talent, his friends got gifts that he's never had the opportunity to share with the world.
Yeah. So when you look at all these figures, they are people, the people that are in this room, for instance, are people that made some impact. But so you can see, because it's Victorian and it's that age, so that's what you have. But it's a place of story.
And it's funny when people pass away, we always say this, but it brings people together. And you might not see someone in 20 years, or you might not ever see them, you might pass before that time, but somehow you're all brought together for that person's passing. And you always say, oh, we shouldn't be together at these times, but it happens.
Okay, what do you want?
Just to finish, young man over there. I think it's good that you've actually said that, what you said, because it's been in your mind and something, and it's good that you talk about it, because it's not good keeping it inside of you, because it's part of trauma, you see, and it does affect you, like, you know, probably now, but later in life as well. So it's good that you speak about it, you know, so you get that trauma out of you.
Remember, the mind is pregnant, so you've got to express some of them, give birth to them. If not, as I say, some things could then begin to hurt you because they are all starched up. If you remove the mommy can say something.
What this did, it brought that out of you.
Yeah, on that point, what is your interpretation of tomorrow's pregnant?
Tomorrow is pregnant. The Igbo interpretation of tomorrow is pregnant is that there are certain things you know about tomorrow. You know that the day will break, that, you know, because of your past experience. In tomorrow is pregnant, you see the past, the present, and the future. You know that tomorrow will break, that, you know, that whether you're there or not, tomorrow will break. So you have morning, you have afternoon, you have nights, that night will come. So there are certain things that from yesterday you know will happen tomorrow, but that's certain you will never know. So when the Igbo say tomorrow is pregnant, he says that there are things that you don't know. There are so many unknowns. You can plan. We are very good at planning. We plan to fill this room with 20, 30 people. Tomorrow is pregnant. We just have us. And this is the us that matter. This is the us that is important. So you could never know. So I could never know what you're going to be tomorrow. No matter how we plan, I could never, you might start on the path to become a doctor, and before you know it, you've become the prime minister. So you could never plan. There's no way you will know what's going to happen.
A good example is Meghan Markle.
Exactly.
She never knew she would become a princess.
Yeah. So tomorrow is pregnant. It's also the other way
She
around.
was trying, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's
She would have done anything to get there.
the reason I put that because I wanted you to help me do a video where you carry tomorrow is pregnant, and then we are all pregnant. As I said, this party is a party for the pregnant. Is a party of the pregnant, for the pregnant. Why do I say that? All of us, we are pregnancy, because we are in mommy's tummy one time. And everybody is bearing. So we are talking about the pregnancy of mommy, but we're also talking about the pregnancy of the mind. That there is something you're thinking, unless you say it, I will never know. So you're bearing it in mind. And ideas, all these fancy buildings and everything, you bear them in mind. You're pregnant with ideas, and then you give birth to ideas. So that's why it's the party of the pregnant for the pregnant, because it's looking at what connects all of us together. It's not a party for women, it's not a party for children, it's not a party for, it's a party for everybody. Okay? I know I've been talking for a long time. Daniel needs to go, and I'd like you to sign the paper at some time if you want to sign up. But you already signed up. I know you. But I wanted to tell you, children, the story. So it's you take something, that story I gave to. So if you want me to perform it for you, I'm happy to perform it. If you're tired, we'll do it another day. Okay? Because you've been fantastic. Yeah. Do you want us to do it another day, or do you want to hear the story?
Majority carrying the vote.
Yeah. You tell the story. You want the story now?
Okay,
Okay.
One. Roy.
Not today.
2.
You don't know. Ooh. So it's a tie. It's a tie. Well, while you're thinking about it,
So we carry the cost and vote. We carry the cost and vote.
yeah, we leave it for another day,
Yes.
because you've taken quite a lot in today, right?
And most of which they were not even prepared.
And
they did very well.
you were very good. So I brought certificates if you'd like a certificate. Would you like a certificate?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay. This certificate is from University of Touch Worldwide. So I'll tell you everything. And he said it is located in minds everywhere. The university is located in your mind, in my mind, in Danny's, in everybody's mind, is not a physical building. Because we don't run expenses. We don't do things that incur expenses. It's part of the reason why things go wrong. Because we start incurring big expenses, build a huge building. You know, we are panicking about it. This university is located in minds everywhere. So I'm going to write your names and give you, because you participated in this very deep conversation. And people will think children cannot engage in that. You haven't really engaged in this. So I'll sign it and you can all have one, okay?
Can I have one so I can get rid of my current degree?
Everybody can have one. And not enough for anybody that wants.
Okay, it's not doing me any.
So,
So, as I say, it's all made up. So for somebody else, it's continue.
Danny, you will be saying this when you're sending us all to court. You will say it's all made up.
Either that's made up.
Yeah.
It's all cooperation.
Danny, Inca works with Citizens Advice Bureau. And Inca, Ayo is a solicitor. Danny looks after how many barristers, and he's been looking after me since 1994. Yeah, so is it interesting that the people that turned up are legally minded, and she married a lawyer, and we're just sitting in her presence, and her grave is just there. So I could take you and take it if you want to. Her grave is there, you can read what is written there. Yeah, so yeah. Maybe if I want to go now, if you want to see it now, we can see it. I can sign it.
You mean take us? I thought you meant. I don't mind.
No, let's all see it, because I think it's significant that we came here. And that's where she
agree. I'll
get mine.
Yeah, but you just changed it. You said, yeah, but I think
it's only temporary. There's lots of stuff in here.
Yeah, we started. But that show, we don't fight a lot. I think. If you know, I don't know the so what we did is to show the symbols and representations, and then we talked about it and we shared ideas. I don't know the full name of
Oh, brilliant.
yeah. Unless you just want me to.
What is for then?
How about that? That's not very well.
Oh. Then I have to only that visits Brompton. So you tell me what Saturday I'll come on and
Yes, most definitely. Yes.
well, it's been great. Family is Charlie went off to France today. Hopefully, it's all tidied up soon. Have you met
No.
Ayo?
Nice to meet you.
As I said to Danny, Ayo is the closest I have as a brother. Doris is the closest I have as a sister. We were in Benin together when we
Unidad.
no, when I was in the, we knew all the way from Nigeria. Yeah.
Ayo, where do you know, man?
I'm trying to find myself too.
Are you moving from your?
No.
Ayo is a
Turnpike Lane. No, I'm cracking it.
Yinka
Turnpike Lane. Prime Solicitors. Prime.
Oh yeah, we're doing some family work for you guys.
All right. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the one that the wife. It's not the one that the wife gave me the food. Yes, that's my
Yes,
friend.
okay,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, we're doing some family work for you guys.
Okay. Good. Yeah. I'm a consultant now. Not one attorney now. I'm that age now.
What?
Yeah.
He keeps talking about this age.
I want to take you.
But I like he's not as pushy and driven as before, which is good. So that's good health wise. But I'll have to work on this age. This is Doris. I said we all met in Nigeria when I was working there. So I've known her for years, and caught up here. She found me. Yeah.
We're gonna make a move, Mum's.
Can I
Yeah.
give the certificate?
So you're late, madam.
She said to me, what did you say?
I should take your phone.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. Yeah,
Anyway,
Bad boy. Okay. So you're still Clapham something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll talk, yeah?
That's fine. The fact that you're here is important because this is one person. If there's not someone that will come to a cemetery, it's hard. So for her to come here, she's broken a lot of boundaries, and that's for me so important.
Harriet, keep these.
That's for them. But I'm doing that certificate. I'm having asked you to write for them. What did that do with it? Where you wrote it?
It's one of the books.
You wrote it in a book.
Yeah.
This is
No.
it's just the fact that I can't find it and I can't understand. When I just saw it.
Magic Way the Cemetery.
Write it again, I have to have it. See, let me give me your phone.
There you go.
You found it again? Okay. Oh, you didn't write it on the first page, that's why.
But you bent it to that page, so you gave
Written in a fancy way.